Welcome back to a series so smelly. Even Idubbbz subscribed. In today's video, Hassan continues to be called out for lying about his upbringing, saying he grew up poor. He's now calling out right-wing grifters while literally projecting about himself. Moron streamer NMP claims his most watched streamers includes Hassan and Asmongold as #1 and #2, giving Jillywig a run for his money with his brain rot fence sitting. Idubbbz's husband Anisa has admitted to brainwashing Idubbbz after watching Hassan Piker streams. Idubbbz is now doing subtle coded threats to threaten Ethan's life. He's once again calling himself the White Hassan. He's calling everybody racist for making fun of his style. Ethan has responded absolutely cooking him. Subscribe or you gotta marry Anisa. You're cooked.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, so last time Hassan dressed up as Superman and started claiming that he actually grew up poor. Now people instantly debunked that. Here's a recap.
Because I was dead broke and was critiquing capitalism, and then people would be like, yeah, because you're a fucking loser.
Hassan is lying. I grew up affluent and I didn't have anything to worry about making ends meet or having to take up a job or anything like that, and this is his own video.
When you grow up affluent, as I did, right? Because I was dead broke. When you grow up affluent, as I did, right?
Right, so Asmongold has responded. Asmon explains why Hassan's rags to riches story doesn't hit.
There are people who unironically believe that.
It just it hits the wrong way whenever you're talking about how bad capitalism is and you have all of these luxuries. That's the problem. So it's not about, like, you know, capitalism or socialism is when no house or socialism is when no money. But at a certain point, capitalism is when Gucci. Capitalism is when Porsche. Capitalism is when $3 million house. So, like, that's kind of the issue, right? Is that, like, there's a lot of middle ground in there that a person that, you know, has these ideals, you would expect them to have and not to indulge in, but they do. And so it's like, okay, well, you know, if you're this much against it, then why aren't you going and doing this in your own life? Right? He flexes his wealth too. I don't know if he does or not. I'm not going to make a comment on that. I have no idea. So yeah, it doesn't look good, right? It just doesn't. You mean from rich to richer? Maybe, right? I don't know. That's him on a horse? I mean, I'll tell you this, right? You wearing a suit jacket with a little polo hat and everything like this, like, you probably not poor. You definitely probably not poor. Like, that's real. I mean, because there's plenty of people that have horses and, you know, they're not rich, but, like, you going around with a suit and everything like that on an Uma, yeah, bro. Like, exactly. And his family owns farms, maybe, right? My family being able to afford equestrian lessons for me as a teenager, don't be fooled. He was never poor. I mean, I think he might have considered himself poor, never.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure Hassan was just as fucking delusional as a kid. This man was just born an idiot, it seems like. Bro literally won the lottery, got the wealthiest family humanly possible with a billionaire dad, multi-millionaire uncle, landlord mom, and his entire career handed to him, the easiest career in the world. But no, guys, he actually had to struggle. He knows the feeling, of course, of oppression and marginalization, and everyone's so racist to him, obviously. And I love how he says this shit as he asks his chat to donate him their last $5, living paycheck to paycheck, right? Hassan literally one of the biggest beneficiaries of capitalism, yet still crying and losing his mind when somebody badmouths communism, a refugee. Pure responded, he's not wrong though. You can't rail against capitalism while bathing in the spoils of it. It's hard to take your eat the rich speech seriously when you're doing it from a $3 million couch. It's just like complete hypocrisy. I know people from Hassan Piker's side or the Hassan Piker fans are basically like, am I not allowed to criticize capitalism even though I'm living in a capitalist society? Well, no, it's just him being so obscene and obnoxious about it, dude. It's like he's playing you for a fool and you just don't realize it. Hassan wore Gucci diapers till he was 14 and then got the Gucci rubber sheets. I can't believe he got this downgrade, guys. He's truly oppressed. I don't even understand how there's anyone who believes Hassan was even poor. You can literally Google his dad, who is very successful in his career. You have to be a Hassan Piker fan. That's the only way. You have to be part of his cult and devoid of human thinking. And we'll get to what kind of people watch Hassan in a second. Moving on to Hassan calling out right-wing grifters while literally projecting and describing himself. Hassan calls out the easiness of profiting off right-wing commentary thanks to Trump. So somebody tweets, is it just me that feels like every content creator above the age of 30 is doing this political commentary bullshit? I swear you guys were just playing games, not complaining about shit just 2 years ago. What the frick happened? Hassan responds, Trump-era anti-woke backlash made it much more profitable to be a right-wing commentator without social stigma. Charlie Kirk was assassinated, you idiot. And it doesn't require any reading or critical thinking to blame everything on woke and gay, and you have an automatic audience of receptive dullards. Interesting. I wonder who has an automatic audience of receptive dullards, guys. Couldn't be Hassan, of course. Just couldn't be Hassan. That's it. I'm officially upgrading his title from the Epson Home Cinema 5050 to the VMAX Ultra Projector 9000. Asmongold responds with the Garfield meme, and obviously Hassan is clearly talking about himself. He's right, but he does the exact same thing. Magatards and commies are all the same, just products of whatever the algorithms feed their smooth, impressionable brains. The irony of him doing the leftist version of exactly what he's talking about in this comment. I was just at home playing games until they started calling me a bigot Nazi for not wanting them to change my games. It's almost as if 30 plus is a real adult and you should be thinking of more than just gaming. See, I have no problem if people want to, you know, pivot into politics or something like that. If that feels like your calling or whatever, go ahead and do it. But you need to have some level of understanding, some level of reasoning skills. You can't be people like Idubbbz or whatever who literally know nothing about it and just go off whatever Anissa tells them or Hassan tells them, right? Hassan, okay, I was waiting for this one. This is a classic in my collection if you watch the videos, obviously. The SpongeBob, hunting for the SpongeBob. Moving on to moron streamer NMP, the guy who made fun of dead kids and apparently just loves Hassan, thinks he's very intelligent on politics, as he said before. He thinks he's more credible than Asmongold, apparently.
I'm a real big fan of Hassan. I watch a lot of Hassan. I do. Yeah, I think he's really good. Like again, Asmon is a good friend of mine. We talk all the time. But like the dude literally lives in like a landfill. But this is the guy you want to get advice from? But to me, that's just wild, man.
And every time I see a clip of this guy, I just dislike him more. NMP reveals that Asmongold and Hassan are his most watched streamers. Okay, I don't know how you watch two people completely diametrically opposed in like every single day-to-day conversations. Surely you gotta shut off your brain for that, but don't worry, he's about to tell us.
Because they have people that watch them for like other reasons. You know, people literally tune into Zach for like news.
Yeah.
So they don't really care.
No.
You know, same for Hassan. You know, which is funny because I do watch them both quite a bit. They're probably my number one, number two most watched
You're
streamers.
just a political Andy.
Not really.
Yes, you are. They do politics. That's what they both do.
Yeah, but like, I don't really care what they're saying.
But that's you care about the politics.
No, I don't. I just like the way the words come out of their mouth.
No,
I'm not kidding. Like,
I say funny words. I talk funny.
No, you're not that funny.
What? I say funny things.
The thing is, Zach and the way Hassan and Zach do it, it's like I'll watch a stream for let's say like 3 hours, and I will not remember a single thing they said.
Okay.
You got dementia for sure.
So wait, why do you like it then?
Because
I'm
it's
confused.
like, oh, I have this guy on and I'm not alone in my room.
I can do that.
Yeah, but then you play games with loud noises.
No, I don't. They're pretty quiet. They're turn-based.
Risk of Rain, pause.
The music is fucking great.
I don't want to hear music.
You just like politics. Admit it. You like seeing drama and politics. You don't care about games.
Guys, how do I even respond to this guy? This man has broken the fucking idiot barrier. Like, you know, you break the sound barrier. That's what he's done here. What did I just hear? So you can just watch streamers. You don't care about what they're saying. You don't even remember what they said. Buddy, that's dementia. What the fuck? How are they your number one and number two streamers? You're basically admitting here that you're completely brain dead, that you're devoid of thinking. Why would you actually admit this online? This is beyond me. And I know some reject NMP fan is gonna be like, well, he's just looking at both sides. Yes, you can check out both sides. You can watch people with differing politics. You should be doing that, but they both can't be your favorite, okay? Especially when they're diametrically opposed. That makes no sense. Now, it would sort of make sense if, okay, he watched Hassan's politics and then he watched Asmon's gaming content, for example, right? That would make sense because, you know, it's sort of different. It's not completely the opposite, but it really seems like this guy's the ultimate NPC. What do you mean you don't think about what they're saying or you just like the way their mouths move? What the actual heck did you just say? Is this man the real life Patrick Star, dude? I mean, honestly, Patrick's my favorite character. I obviously love him a lot, but this guy's just fucking annoying, okay? I just realized how how annoying that would be in real life, right? Having a complete moron friend like that. And honestly, this guy's got to be like a professional rage baiter because every few weeks he keeps saying the stupidest shit ever. But it's also his actual opinions. Like legitimately, he took like a political sponsorship from Kamala Harris or whatever. So he obviously has his own like political beliefs, and he went on this like rant about how Hassan is like so smart or whatever. So I just don't understand. Like it's like you're trolling, but you're hiding behind it. It's the Casey Tron tactic. It's giving no thought behind those eyes. Honestly, it's ultimate NPC. He said, "I like the words coming out of their mouth." What the fuck, brother? Just stop. I mean, I imagine this is just how Hassan fans are, right? Like they just don't pay attention to the words or something. But this guy's an Asmon fan as well, so I don't know. Hassan is probably not going to be happy that one of his orbiters was watching Asmongold. This guy's like a special orbiter. He's like one of those special zombies in Left 4 Dead or whatever. It's like you gotta handle it with care. I'm starting to understand what people mean when they say that Nick is a character on stream, because this has to be engagement bait, but he's also that stupid. I swear his whole shtick is just taking the most obscure position and everything so he gets a reaction out of it. I think he's just like a completely unserious person. How can I be the most neutral guy ever? I mean, this is a different level of like fence sitting. I just like I've never seen anything like this. Even Jellywig is impressed, bro. What the heck? Nick has no internal monologue, that's for sure. Moving on to Anissa and Anissa's husband, Idubbbz. There's a lot to catch up on the lolcow couple here. Haven't talked about them in a while. So apparently Anissa has confirmed everybody's suspicions that she was the one to brainwash Idubbbz into taking a complete 180 and becoming an overly woke Hassan orbiter freak. If you remember back in the day, Idubbbz was the complete opposite, a very edgy sort of guy, very logical, very reasonable, maybe took it a little too far, but he wasn't this pathetic.
I was always leftist. Like, that's one thing that's actually true. Like, a lot of people get right on the internet is that I had a very different political position from Ian when I met him.
Being raised Muslim and Muslim. Being raised Muslim and Canadian.
But I think also on top of that, because I met Hassan in 2016, we did like name's Austin. Real name's Austin.
Austin show,
and we were talking politics, and it was the first time that I had met somebody that got it. And I think that, like, I fell in love with Ian because I think, yes, he had a certain idea of how the world worked, but I could like, you had a ton of empathy. You cared deeply about people and things. You just had a very
warped. I was super warped.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Idubbbz, the champion of empathy, the god of all empaths, actually. Once he hit 32 years old, it was just over, dude. It all just came to him. An angel descended from the heavens, gave him basic human emotions and values, right? He became so empathetic, he decided to backstab his best friend, try to ruin his life, supported taking his kids away, and joined the terrorist Glazer squad. Very empathetic, honestly. Also, can any current day Idubbbz fans explain to me, what is this humiliation ritual? She says, I met Hassan in 2016. It's the first time I met somebody that got it. So what about Idubbbz, Anissa? Is he not someone who gets it? Surely your partner is someone who gets it, right? It wouldn't be Hassan Piker, right? I mean, was I wrong? What did I say all this time? Hassan Piker is responsible for unleashing this couple onto the world, all right? He has literally corrupted their brains. They are Hassan Piker viewers, guys. This is a live example of Hassan Piker's effect on society. They turned a guy completely 180 into a lobotomized moron. She's an actual cult member, dude. And you know, I have this theory where Anissa actually fell in love with Hassan, and ever since, she's been trying to turn Idubbbz into the white Hassan because she can't have him herself, right? It is diabolical. It's a diabolical villain plan here, right? Absolute soul-sucking harpy doing everything she can to achieve this goal, right? Also, please stop playing the Muslim card. You have an OnlyFans. Oh my god. Right, so then she admits she brainwashed him.
So I feel like when people kind of outreach a hand for you, it helped you realize that, like, okay, these concepts are not, it's more, I don't know who I am yet. And I feel like you're figuring out who you are now more, but you've always cared.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's like the basis that a lot of people see in the content cops, is they see a lot of passion and a lot of care in their own way, right? It's like fucking, obviously things could be handled differently, more maturely, but I think that's what they're seeing. And they're like, you shouldn't apologize for those. You were doing something right.
Dude, there is no content cop anymore. It is just completely gone. The one you did on Ethan already proved that you just don't have what it takes anymore. Nobody takes you seriously. Even the pseudo content cop that he did on commentary channels, including me as well, was so bad that he was already getting destroyed in the comment section before I even responded. It was actually tragic, man. Like, nobody takes you seriously. You're a complete liar the way you represent everything, and it is just a sad way to ruin your career, dude. You used to be somebody actually entertaining. Now the only entertainment is laughing at you because you're a train wreck. Also, Anissa admitting that she's the one who turned him into this is the least surprising thing. I mean, this is what everybody sort of knew all along, and it turns out our intuition was completely spot on. Can you imagine dating a girl who's trying to mold you into the guy she actually has a crush on? I don't want to say the D word like 3 times in a video because you guys are calling me out for that, but come on. It's diabolical. I can't hold it. It's like, it's inside me. I gotta say it, man. It's like the perfect opportunity. I'm sorry, guys. Moving on to Anissa trying to defend Idubbbz from these stinky breath allegations. My husband is hot.
Also, my husband is hot, very physically capable, and has beautiful smelling breath. He actually, even in the morning, I have worse smelling breath than him, okay? He doesn't like it when I defend him. He gets mad. He just wants to do it himself, so I respect it.
She respects me.
Yeah, dude, say it out loud so everybody gets the message. She respects me, guys. Please believe me, she respects me a lot. Dude, if she respected you, she wouldn't be ritually humiliating you on the internet. That just wouldn't be a thing. Also, she wouldn't start an OnlyFans so that you get even more ridiculed on a regular basis and get called a cuck, right? And lose all of your, like, masculinity, essentially. She wouldn't fawn over Hassan Piker right in front of your face, dude. There is zero respect here. Also, how insane is it that she's defending his smelly breath? How have we even got into this, dude? Yuck. If your breath is worse than him, by the way, then you're literally SpongeBob from that one episode where everybody runs away from him and they think he's actually ugly or whatever. Tell me y'all don't see it. Oh my god. Mommy said I'm beautiful. Being defended by objectively horrible people's definition of worthless, hating Hassan Piker, right-wingers, and common sense leftists. Did Anissa knock his teeth out? I don't know what happened there, alright? Maybe it's gorgeous Gabe who beat his ass up. Anissa the Greasy, you've recoiled from his stench and said his breath smelled like piss to his face. And you know none of this is true. He looks sickly, his weak is pathetic, lacking in resilience. You're just trying to backtrack because you know those insults land. Moving on to Idubbbz, threatening Ethan's life. He's doing like a coded message, taking a page from Hassan Piker's playbook. Idubbbz talks about his game idea where you eliminate a podcast host to take his place as the new host. Anissa chimes in with a bold suggestion on how to achieve that elimination.
A horror situation. I like that. But it looks like more and more people disappear and you start managing more and more tasks. Game progresses, ramping up the craziness from the host, and more crew members disappear in more unsettling ways. Yeah, I don't know what the ending would be. I think the ending would be important, and you'd want to shock people with the ending. I think I might be giving too much info for what this game is, but I think the ending should basically be at some point, it like you take over for the, yeah. Oh,
Kill him.
you want to be the host. Oh. Oh, that's kind of cool.
I don't know if he's a cuck. I mean, I have no idea. But what I do know is that some of the stuff that he says, like, I almost don't even want to say this because I think that it's kind of, like, rude. But I think that the way he talks about stuff now makes me genuinely think that doing those boxing matches gave him some degree of brain damage. And I'm not really and I really mean this. Like, there are, like, I mean, there are electrons that are just not firing, or neurons that are just not firing there. And I don't know what's going on, man. I really don't. Like, I like Ian. I met Ian in real life. He was on my podcast, and, you know, we had a great conversation. You know, I've had no problems with him ever. But why would you say something so weird like this? It's just like you're obviously baiting people to think about Ethan. You're obviously baiting people into, like, fantasizing about killing Ethan. What are you doing, man?
Dude, you can't tell me that Anissa is not the devil on his shoulder, dude. You have to kill him? Nice one. Very subtle there, you know? We gotta be careful with our words, of course. We gotta be empathetic. Literally having a coded death threat there, dude. Everybody got what you mean there. And you just know if Ethan said this, they would be freaking out and talking about harassment or whatever. It's just so hypocritical. But apparently they're the empaths, guys. My wife's boyfriend says he did not use a shock collar. Lamau, is this an attempt at a dog whistle from the Mr. Empathy stoic white Hassan? Eliminating podcast hosts and disappearing crew members sounds way too close to Ace 3 to be a coincidence. Maybe he's fully radicalized and planning something. I mean, a Hassan Piker fan turning into a terrorist won't be surprising. Lil Bro's insanely jealous of Ethan's success while he streams to 250 people, wishing he could be the host of a successful podcast. Shit is just sad to watch. Moving on to Idubbbz, once again calling himself the White Hassan. Dude, stop this.
White Hassan is crazy, Lamau. Oh yeah, White Hassan plays with his dogs, unlike the other one. On stream, no less. White Hassan doesn't think world politics are more important than his dog's own joy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is the face of a man who has gone completely insane. What the heck am I watching? Brother is so cooked. His head might be more empty than the NMP guy, dude. Also, have a bit of dignity, man. You're your own person. Stop calling yourself the White Hassan. It's actually embarrassing. Stop trying to be another person when that other person is a piece of shit anyways. He's not somebody to aspire to be anyways. And dude, it's actually so disgusting. Anissa wants Hassan so bad, she tried to turn Idubbbz into him. This is like a fucking supervillain plot or something. It's such a cucked couple. I feel wrong even watching this. The only person to call Idubbbz White Hassan is Idubbbz. What a freaking weirdo. Anissa parody account. My training is almost complete. If only I could stop him from shitting his pants. Can he fix his teeth? Looks like a homeless tweaker. Needs a better camera angle. Makes him look freaking deranged. This Christ is morphing into Rothschild. Right, so then we have Idubbbz being not very woke, doing a racist impression here. Also, the context is I think he's talking about Ethan suing Casey Tron Denims and fucking
Devil. Okay, it was a good try. I love financially ruining women online. That's what I love to do.
Interesting, Idubbbz. I wonder where you got that specific caricature. It's a very specific hand movement there, Mr. Anti-Racist, apparently. Also, stop crying about harassment, dude. It's their own fault for violating copyright and constantly harassing him. We've gone over this. You get what you deserve. Nobody has any sympathy for them other than you. Hands doing that specific gesture about a Jewish person tells you everything you need to know about Mr. Empathy. Idubbbz, the swastika sword guy? Not even hiding the anti-Semitism anymore. These are the people who claim to be the beacons of virtue, by the way. Right, so then Idubbbz says that he's not going to talk about Ethan anymore, obviously a lie, and he says that history will vindicate him as long as, time passes.
I don't think there's any, I think people either get it or they don't at this point. It's just fucking preaching to the choir, I think. I think a lot of people understand it, and, yeah. It's just all surface level dog shit now at this point. I think history, we just need to let time pass, is basically all we need to do. We just wait. It's a little bit unsatisfying. I want control, for sure. I want to affect change, but I've done about all I can do on the pedo troll front.
Of course, Idubbbz, you've worked very hard to fight against the evil force that is Ethan Klein. I'm sure if you just wait another 100 years, everyone will be coming to your side, right? We'll all be Hassan orbiters, just like in the fairy tales. Full grown man, dude. Genuinely tragic. I feel like you just gotta admit you've lost. Take the L. You can never convince people anymore. People know you're an outright liar. Just take the L, move on with your life, right? You don't have to keep digging yourself deeper and deeper until there's nothing left. At this point, your legacy is going to be just a loser, man. Moving on to Idubbbz talking about performative males and getting offended at it.
Yeah, he made a video called Performative Males. That is kind of my competitive advantage. I think there's a lot of left-wing men who kind of have the fake feminist vibe to them, but they're real soft. I'm in the video. Ugh. Well, I mean, he's going to be talking about the mustache, long hair kind of thing.
Right, so your competitive advantage is being a cucked soy boy. Thanks for admitting that. Being a male feminist loser with your girlfriend having an OnlyFans. I mean, literally admitting to having zero masculinity, zero self-respect. I mean, I guess he has some self-awareness. That's a good thing, I suppose. Let's take the positives here, guys.
Performative males. Now, I know you're all probably thinking, what is a performative male?
On its face, I don't know where this is going to go, but I think it's stupid. Just saying. I think it's just another one of these fads. I think it was probably a cute thing to talk about on TikTok for a little while. But I think it's going to be stupid. I think there's going to be no substance to it, but we'll see.
The common opinion about this genre of guy is that they're only dressing this way and behaving like this so they can attract progressive women, so they can then slide their willies and their hoo-has. And you've seen these guys. These are the dudes reading feminist literature outside of cafes. They're writing poetry, keeping spare tampons and pads in his tote bags because he's an ally.
It is interesting. It is interesting. I do actually like videos like this. We'll see where it goes. He might just fucking say all these same things, but I think that's why it's a little bit bothersome, is just the fact that it is another one of these mechanisms to make it not acceptable to, like, be a human and be yourself. And it's another way to mock or ridicule men for reading.
Nobody is mocking men for reading books, you absolute dumbass. Way to completely miss the argument here. Honestly, you would benefit from reading some books about stoicism, Mr. Stoic here. People obviously just find it weird and performative when guys are uploading videos of themselves reading feminist literature and, you know, dressing in a very specific way and acting in a specific way to appeal to a certain demographic, right? With their style and everything, and clearly saying things that you don't actually believe, right? It just oozes desperate and pathetic, right? It's kind of like the Hassan Piker thing where you pretend to be like this ally to women. Your fan base is filled with a bunch of these psycho women, right? Like Taylor Lorenz or whatever, who are convinced you're their messiah or whatever. But in reality, at your core, you're Mr. Bro Tips and you're basically Diet Andrew Tate, right? Right, so then he tries to defend himself and completely fails.
Exhibit A. So sick of seeing this genre of man. And this is the one that started it all. Picture of me and Idubbbz. Just gonna say I had to look way before him, okay?
Hello. Prepare for me to periodically pop up throughout this video because while I was editing, I found more stuff and also thought of more stuff. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this so sick of this genre of man screenshot. It goes viral every few months. And, you know, it does suck to see it all the time, but I've realized, you know, over the years that it's actually like bringing...
Man, sometimes I'm reminded things could be a lot worse. You could see a fucking picture like this and have the thought, that sucks to see. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I see a pic like that.
So sick.
I'm like, oh, fucking badass.
But I've realized, you know, over the years that it's actually like bringing people together, which is really nice. I've seen like dozens of right-wing.
Well, it's not even that. It's not like it is literally just the culture. It's like a historical thing. Like when someone in the year 2050 looks over time and they're showing what guys look like in the 2020s, they're going to show the look that you had because it was popular and it spoke to a certain thing, you know? It spoke to in some ways a bit of a softness. In some ways it spoke to maybe like, you know, the performative feminism or whatever.
Oh my god, Idubbbz gotta be like the worst debater ever, dude. Please just stop talking and stop embarrassing yourself. Listen, if you like a certain style or whatever, that's fine. But if you were actually secure in your style, you wouldn't be getting offended by internet memes or whatever. But if you're this offended by it and you feel the need to justify it, it's probably getting to you in some way and you just realize that you are being called out for being fake. Also, this is not the standard man from 2020 or whatever the fuck. This is some soy boy latte shit, alright? History is not gonna look back on this and go, well, we need to show the aliens Idubbbz or whatever. Like, holy shit, dude. You're gonna be looked back as an anomaly, a fucking feminist soy boy anomaly. Although, maybe if you're lucky, your lobotomized cranium might actually show up as a marvel of science, right? Scientists need to fucking deconstruct that shit to figure out how it got that bad. Right, so then he realizes that it's not just right-wingers that are making fun of him and just people are just poking fun at the style and the stereotype.
Hey, I actually just saw this page, women's rights _news, which is a page dedicated to intersectional feminism, gender equality, pro-choice, abortion rights, and health and reproductive rights. All those are great in my books. But they also just reposted it as well. So, you know, that one stings extra hard. But, you know, it is comforting to know that no matter where you...
That one stings? No, dude. It's a fucking meme page. If they're posting memes, I mean.
stand on feminism, both sides can agree that I look dumb. That's
No, dude. No one's saying you look dumb. Listen, Connor, you look beautiful. No one's saying it's dumb. People are acknowledging that it's like the current fad. And people like me show up to the scene and we're looking for a new look. And I'm like, well, that's a look that I could do. Not a lot of us white guys have the options to do much else, to express ourselves, right? We're like, oh, seems like that is a decent look. People are a fan of that look. I've tried the buzz cut for a while. It's a little harsh. It's a little military boot camp, you know? Maybe having a little mustache is like a kind of nice little edginess there.
Oh my god, this is so cringe, dude. How can you be so pathetic? Why would you get offended by simple-ass memes? My god, how unbelievably insecure. And even the guy in the video like, oh no, this leftist account hates me, guys. I wanted them to like me. It's okay for the right-wingers to hate me, but oh my god, this woke leftist account hates me too. But I'm cool. I'm one of you guys. I'm a male feminist. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Yuck. How do you exist like this? Yuck. Right, so then Idubbbz defaults to his factory settings and he just calls people racist for making fun of him.
And another one. There's a factory out there manufacturing this specific kind of
You can't... Oh, no. You can't use the thumbnail of like... Or it's not even a thumbnail. I think it's a still of me in the Creator Clash 2 like Lost Money video. That's fucked up. That was a dark time for me. I don't have the fucking happy guy looking ass that Curtis Connor does in that. It's like a professional photo. It's also just kind of like, is this too much to say? I'll take it back if it's too much to say. Coming off as a little racist. What I'm trying to say is I think people are just actually blind. It's actually sexist is what it is. It's just longer hair. Guys are allowed to have longer hair. What the fuck? These are all very different people and very different haircuts. It's just that they're white, that they have a mustache.
No, Idubbbz, it's not racist. You're not Hassan. Okay, maybe he is actually the white Hassan here. Holy shit, buddy. You're like embracing everything about him, like claiming racism now. Racism is doing whatever the fuck you were doing with your hands when you're talking about Ethan, dude. Apparently, it's just illegal to make fun of Idubbbz now, or he's gonna call you a racist. And this kind of just proves how easy it is to get under his skin, right? A couple tweets is all it takes. Even when his wife launched his OnlyFans or whatever, people were just making memes about him and he had a full-blown meltdown. Moving on to Ethan responding to Idubbbz and Anissa, claiming that they always hated him in the show.
Forgot what year we're in. It's 2021. You can't shit talk your best friend and just act like it's all sunshine and rainbows. That's not gonna happen. I don't know what world they're living in.
But anyway, doing some shit, but I mean, call me his best friend. Even jokingly, right? If he's being like hyperbolic, then it still means something, doesn't it? It still means something to me. You know, dumbass, weirdo, freak, loser, stink, low IQ, caveman, virgin. Let's see, Idubbbz, blah, blah, blah. All the times Anissa glazed us on social media. These are great to review. Anissa, who's never liked us, yet despite coming on our show all the time, saying that the H3 community is the last sane place on the internet, and she loves them so much because they're so supportive of her. She says, I'm so excited. This is from 2023. I'm so excited to go on the H3 podcast again. My socials get a lot more fun and welcoming after the last time I was invited on because I got so many new followers from it. And literally all of you are so nice.
Interesting. So they were big fans of the show up until February 2023, which is not that far back, honestly. So where did it all go wrong? Insert one Hassan Piker into this situation. I mean, the seeds have been sown since 2016. I guess it took 7 years to eventually mature here. Also, Idubbbz trying to rewrite history and pretend they were never friends or something. I mean, you were literally the best of friends. You were going to each other's house, and nobody calls someone a best friend unless they're actually best friends, especially publicly, right? It really is just the ultimate betrayal. And yeah, Ethan was talking about how he's gonna be making fun of you forever now, and you kind of deserve it. I don't know, man. Idubbbz, I like Ethan. Anissa, no you don't and you never did. Idubbbz, you're right, I hate him and I always have. You're right, queen. Babe, it's 4 p.m. It's time for my OnlyFans photo shoot. Right then, Ethan says he'll stop talking about Idubbbz until Idubbbz averages more viewers than Shonda Black for a week.
Here's the deal, Idubbbz. I know you want me to talk about you. If you want me to talk about you again, you got to average over, what are we saying? Over...
I just looked it up. Shonda Black averages in the month of September 700 viewers.
Yo, he is fucking monstrously bigger than Idubbbz.
Thank you for the prime.
That's yeah. You're welcome, buddy. I also saw that his Ian, if you want me to acknowledge you ever again, you need to average more than Shonda Black for a week straight.
Agreed.
That's it. And then you're back. We can do our thing. We can joke and joust. So, but anyway, Shonda Black has what? You said 700-ish? So you're going to have to break 700 for a week, and then we can yuck it up again.
Okay, getting beaten by Shonda Black is insane. That's like the 10th rank Hassan Orbiter. Bro is so far back in the line. He's like the Demon Slayer's lower rank 65 moon or something, dude. You know, I never thought this was a possibility, but maybe might be more popular than Idubbbz at this point. Imagine, bro. Dude, I mean, she definitely has more reach. That's for sure. She's always had more reach, honestly. But yeah, as long as she doesn't, you know, eat 50 of her viewers, I think she'll be fine. She's definitely more popular at the local McDonald's, that's for sure. She's practically a celebrity there. And the thing is, I don't even want to make fun of like low viewership or anything. It's not even that bad, honestly. It's just the fact that he had 7 million subs, right? It's like, this fall off is legendary. It's actually legendary. Like, you would have to be outed as a PDF file and you would still get more viewers. Like, Dr. Disrespect had no problem. Miskiff has no problem getting more viewers. Like, goddamn, he must have seriously messed up. Now click this video or you gotta smell Idubbbz's stinky breath. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.